This is the Mosen Mortgage Program with Sarah Mosen. Mosen Mortgage is licensed in several states for residential and commercial purchases and refinancing. Call 800-662-9550. And now, here's your host, Sarah Mosen.
It's great to be back here again, and it is Friday. My very good friend Atiya Abdelmalik is here on air with me. And I do really love you a lot because you are so powerful and funny and willful and caring and kind.
Thank you.
I wanted you to share a little bit about what is coming up with the book that you're writing. It's very exciting.
Yes, it is very exciting. I started this journey so many years ago. The book really focuses on my journey from sickness to healing. Mm-hmm. So it's a life worth saving, a nurse's journey from sickness to healing. And when I started writing the book, it was using my platform of speaking to encourage and inspire women to really care for their temples, to honor their bodies. And I wanted to plant a seed of hope that no matter what the diagnosis is, mm-hmm. that they can overcome, that they can take, their life into their own hands, that with faith and with care, they could really build up and eradicate or control and even prevent disease. Mm-hmm. And I thought that's what it was all about. I remember a young woman walking up to me after a speaking engagement, tears flowing down her face, tears flowing down mine, and she looked at me and grabbed my hands and said, "I need more of you. Do you have a book?" That was the very first time that I thought maybe it's not just about sharing my story through words, through speaking, but how about writing them down, mm-hmm. having something tangible so that people, women, whoever could take it away and really apply it and be encouraged by it. So my husband and I left that speaking engagement. We sat down at brunch and we wrote down the outline. We were married at the time for 2 weeks. 3 months later, I lost my son. So the journey in writing about my health mm-hmm. really changed. It was put on the back burner, and I had to literally walk through this very dark path of, is my life really worth saving? Mm-hmm. How do I live after this? And I really could care less about those illnesses because now a piece of my heart is no longer here. So the book evolved, and it really became a platform to talk about healing overall. Each of us has our own story. For you, it might be health. For someone else, it might be overcoming and triumphing through loss. For some, it might be divorce. There are situations of hopelessness. So how do we move through in spite of?
I think that you are a remarkable human being. I think that it is so important to, as we were speaking before, off air, just to speak from the heart, to share your story. Everyone has a story, and the journey in itself, I've heard folks say to me, it's my journey. It's our journey. Yes. There is no my. God has a plan. I always say we just have to stay out of his way so that he can make sure that we can enjoy that journey and share the experience. And I know that the book that you are releasing is going to really touch so many lives because we've all gone through different types of challenges and great deal of difficulties and hardship sometimes. And to know that someone has encountered that and how they have recovered from it with the support, be it through friends or family, but to share, that is so very important, to share that experience because life is not easy. However, if we are here so that we can make sure that it is our journey and support each other, it can make it a little bit more easier and fun. I think fun is important. I cannot wait till you publish your book. I will be there buying it. You let me know when. But you are also very busy. You're getting your PhD. Let's not. That's huge. It's a huge accomplishment. What are the plans of when it's going to be released? Have you made any sort of decisions?
I've made decisions. As I shared with you before, I'm in the editing phase. My hope, and it's not even a hope, but my goal, my mission is to do it in the warm weather.
Good.
So you can best believe that you will be attending and others will attend a book launch while it's nice and warm.
Perfect.
And the weather that brings me joy.
Right. I agree with you. A book signing, warm weather. Perhaps it would be like a getaway. You could invite Barbados, maybe. Folks, if you have questions, the number here, 1-800-662-9550. I have Atiya Abdelmalik, my very good friend, who's publishing a book. Give us the name of the book. The
A
title.
Life Worth Saving, A Nurse's Journey from Sickness to Healing.
Wonderful. What do you think when people say it's my journey? I've had that raised a couple of times. I smile to myself because nothing in my life is mine. Everyone has actually support God first, and then everyone has helped me. I like the word help because it's the reality of life. It is about being of service, asking for help. There's nothing more humbling than to know that we cannot do this on our own, whatever it is, family life, work life, fun life. So what would you say if someone says it's my journey?
It's our journey. You know, I always think about this journey is not for me alone. And that has been the energy behind me being transparent and sharing my story. Because through sharing my story, I realized that there's a collective. And there are people who are waiting for someone to say, it's okay to share my journey. This is where I am. This is what I've been through. And I've been waiting for someone to reach out their hand and say that you're not alone. We're not meant to be alone.
No, never.
You know, God didn't intend for us to walk this road alone. And I think through whatever the trauma, whatever the sadness, whatever the grief, whatever the health journey that I've gone through, God has said, Atiya, I'm using you. And I need you to listen and heed the call. So it's by listening and following that path, you begin to reach others. That's how you share. You share in the collective experience. And so that's what I'm hoping, that this will become a movement of women, of men, of families, of children, really coming together and supporting one another. I'm not here right now, Sarah, without the help and the support. One, my faith, my relationship with God.
Yes.
My family, the friends who have supported me, my children. I'm here to honor the memory of my son, to do something that he is no longer able to do. My mother, my brothers. It's like, how dare we give up on life? It's not over until it's over. And when that time comes, before it comes, I'm going to make the mark. I'm going to heed the call. And I'm going to follow the path that God has set before me.
So this is why I think it's so important for me, the message of hope, which is very important when it comes to loss, and that we can continue and be strong and be there for each other. So we have a little bit of time. So is there anything else that you think is... All of it is so very important. I can't wait till the book is published. I think that it's hard to speak about things that touch your heart on a personal level. We've all encountered loss, so we have to be able to share that experience. I know that when we did our book, Pat Ryan wrote a little bit about her loss of her husband. So I think it's important because people can see the different parts of life. We're all going through the same thing, just at different times. So your book is going to be a revelation on how you continue down the path. And now here we are. We're sharing this amazing story of your son, of your mother, of your family members, about how you've overcome and how you can give strength to other people. And that's so very important. It is about experiences. It's not about things. We get very focused on things. And it's because of the fact that we're just a part of a very consumer-driven society. So we have to really sometimes step back and say, let's just enjoy the experience. It's not how much you're spending and what you're doing, where you're going. It's about being there, just being there.
My mother would always say, get the lesson. and that when you get the lesson and you're able to share a more diverse perspective, it just helps you to understand what's most important in life. And I think through all the loss, even through the health challenges, even through the loss of my loved ones, my perspective has grown, and my appreciation of experiences and people. It's not about things. It's definitely about the relationship and the experiences that you create while you're here. This is our opportunity. We only get one. So what are you going to do with it?
With that, Atiya Abdelmalik, wonderful having you here. You are such a dear, dear, wonderful person, really. I love you to bits. I do.
I love you too, Sarah.
I can't wait. Once again, your book is coming out soon. The title?
A Life Worth Saving, A Nurse's Journey from Sickness to Healing.
Wonderful. And the number here, 1-800-662-9550. Always good to have you back.
Thank you, Sarah.
Stay well, folks.
This has been the Mosen Mortgage Program with Sarah Mosen. Mosen Mortgage is licensed in several states for residential and commercial purchases and refinancing. Call 800-662-9550.